Hey, what's up everyone? Spocket here with a new video, and this video is a little different. It's not really about fighting games. Well, maybe some of it might be. So today I found out that this guy by the name of Ian Michael has been working on a Cowabunga collection, as you see here, for Ninja Turtles that runs on the Sega Dreamcast. So I downloaded it this morning to give it a whirl. I wanted to give it a test, and I was just playing around with it, and it's overall it's like the presentation is pretty cool. He has all these extra added bonuses you see here. Like for example, you have like these old VHS videos in here. I thought was really interesting that he put them in here, that you normally don't see them anywhere else. So I decided to try out some of these games, and like for Genesis, for example, like Hyperstone Heist was one of my favorite Genesis games, Turtles Genesis games, so it was a lot of fun. I tried that out, and it was played for a little bit. It was pretty fun. He has these other ones that I don't even know, they're like mods or something, and there's tournament fighters. And I guess I assumed this is like a Streets of Rage kind of a ROM hack with turtles in them or something. That seems kind of cool. So I gave Hyperstone Heist a little try. So what I wanted to do in this video is actually compare the performance of this Dreamcast hack versus something like a Mister, which I've been using and I've been really liking. So let's see if you can let's give it a try. So I kind of want to compare to kind of the performance. So overall, I don't think the image is going to look as sharp for the Dreamcast as it does for my Mister. But that's kind of to be expected, I think. So let's see. I don't know what the controls are for this yet. Alright, this is okay. So overall, I think the response is okay. So you can see when I hit the button and when the action appears. So what I want to demonstrate is actually when I tried out the SNES version of TMNT Tournament Fighters, it started looking really weird. And also, I don't think it ran great. But I'm not sure if he optimized for this game, because I think he mentioned that, you know, he wasn't into the tournament fighter games. So we'd give it a try and just compare it to what the Mister looks like. And when I first played this game, I thought it was messed up because like part of the screen isn't even showing up. Because then I realized when I tried in the other versions that that's just how the game is. Like the bottom there's like black bars, so that's just this game. So I just want to kind of show you what I noticed, the weirdness about. It's just some flickering at the bottom of the screen. You see the bottom of the screen is kind of like jumping up and down. It's kind of strange. This game is actually kind of fun, just from me messing with it. This is like the first time I really actually got time to play it. But it is kind of fun, even though it's kind of jank. There's only 4 buttons to this game. It's not 6 buttons like a traditional fighter. There's 2 punches up here and 2 kicks. But there's like, so Shark is kind of like a Gao character. He's a charge character, but apparently and he has a Yoga Mummy like Dawson for some reason. But apparently, like the DP is like really cheap, a ton of invul, and like no recovery to it, and it does a ton of damage. So I think that's why he's so good. So when I play this game, it feels a little sluggish to me. When I'm hitting the buttons, I mean, it's still definitely playable, but it definitely doesn't feel as responsive. So let me kind of feel when you're hitting the jump attacks. I mean, maybe that's just the game. I thought maybe the game just runs like this, so I wasn't sure. I don't have anything to compare it to. But let's load up the Mister version and then see how that goes. Alright, now we're all set up on the Mister. So the image is going to look a little bit more crisper on here, just because I have better component inputs, or at least on my TV. I guess they're both on HDMI out. Maybe they look similar. So you can see, like with this, there's no flickering in the bottom. Even there's still like black bars, but that's just how the game is, right? And when I play the game, it just, I don't know, it feels smoother to me. Like the game just feels much, I don't know, like the actual, I guess, like on the actual SNES. Yeah. I feel like the buttons are definitely, you know, might be coming out like 50 milliseconds faster. I don't know my timings, but when I press the buttons on here, like when I jump and press the buttons, right? You can see that it comes out much, like when you press the button, it comes out. Yeah, so this is what I was kind of feeling when I just went between the two, just to check out, because I needed to see what the game actually looked like because of the flickering. I was like, this doesn't look like how the game should be. But then, like after playing it a little bit on both systems, like I noticed, yeah, the Mister definitely has a much better, like overall better emulation. I mean, it is like the hardware emulation is, I guess, superior to the software. So when you hit the button, like it comes out immediately. Like I definitely feel less lag in this environment. And the run button makes it a lot better, and also looks a lot better on here, just because of my setup with the component cables on my Mister. So yeah, Mister definitely still the superior version to play these games, but having the bundle in one thing and on the Dreamcast is definitely a nice novelty, and plus all those VHS videos that he uploaded in there is kind of interesting. But yeah, if I was to play the games, I'd definitely just still stick with my Mister. Yeah, and this feels, the speed also feels a little different. It feels like this is running a little bit faster, and I don't exactly know what the original speed is, but this definitely feels better speed-wise. It looks like we actually have to use the real VMUs for this in order for it to run. That's okay. We'll just use the Dreamcast controller as it's meant to be. This actually looks very clear. And it's full screen, whereas on the Mister it's not full screen. So this is definitely kind of cool. This thing is taking up my entire TV screen. I always liked the Game Boy version of this game because the characters are so big on the screen. And it's definitely, I think, looks better than the NES version, for sure. Oh, you have ninja stars? Look at that. Yeah, if you crouch and attack, you get ninja stars. I may have to spend some time later and play through the whole game. This is pretty fun. It looks great. Control-wise, I want to say is, like, again, I don't think it's as responsive as the Mister, but it's still decent. So maybe at some time later I'll stream myself on Twitch playing this game. Let's see how this feels. Yeah. Yeah, again, like there's definitely like no delay in your inputs, right? Oh, I got him in the head. He jumped so high, look at this. Look at these jump kicks. Yeah. So So I think this game, you can't see it on my actual TV. It's the dimensions are slightly different than what it looks like on the HDMI. And it still looks good. So overall, yeah. And the colors they're a little different than what you see on the other version. I don't know enough about emulation to know why the colors are different or anything, or how this all works. But nevertheless, both versions of the game still very fun. It's a little more responsive on the Mister, you know. And also, it does seem to be, maybe the speed does seem a little smoother too. I don't know. Maybe that's the recency bias. Not exactly sure, but maybe we can check the footage later to see. But you can see me pressing the buttons and it's very responsive. Oh, he blocked it. Ninja stars. So for completeness sake, let's just visit one of the NES titles as well, see how that looks and plays. So Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project is one of my favorite Turtle games. I know a lot of people like the arcade game. That one's really good too, but I think they made it even better for the Manhattan Project. So let's give that a try. You can see on the he even made custom VMU screens on here, so it's really cool. We did. I noticed that the controller footage is mirrored because I had to flip it upside down the way I'm recording it, but that's okay. I don't think it actually matters. I think I just want to capture the delays on the inputs from this. Raphael again, he's the best turtle in here. Because he has the Psycho Crusher move, which becomes really cheap when you have no health. Just kills everything. So the buttons for this game are actually kind of met backwards, I think. It might have been that I like that on the NES, I think. Or maybe not. This is okay. This is fine. This actually looks pretty good. This definitely looks better than the Genesis and SNES titles, I think. The NES and the Game Boy look much better, I think. Origami? Secret of this game is to do this. And then when you're low on health, is abuse your specials. Oh. So yeah. As far as responsiveness to the controls, I mean, for the most part, it's like the other ones. I think the performance is about the same. Now, I actually do have this game on the original NES as well. Oh, Donatello. Donatello is probably, I don't know, I would say he's the worst one of the turtles of this game because this special, like, you see how he's like stops there? He does like recovery on the special, is like, it's not good. I don't think he has that much more range than anybody else either. I mean, visually it looks like he has more range, but I'm not sure he actually does. Yeah, when I'm hitting the buttons, like the move's coming out. Let's see if you can see it. So yeah, visually I think these games look similar. There's flickering on the enemies and sprites, and I actually know the reason why it flickers now, because the NES cannot display all the sprites at the same time, so they have this flicker. They have to program it into the code for it to flicker so they can display all the enemies and all the characters. That's a really interesting tidbit on the NES that I didn't know from before. So it's intentional. The flickering is intentional for Nintendo. So anyways, yep, that's the video, guys. I think overall the Dreamcast collection is a pretty cool collection. And the games run more or less okay, except for some oddities in the emulation, like with the SNES tournament fighters. And running wise, I mean, there is a bit of input lag to the Dreamcast version. Not as good as the Mister, obviously, but still cool bundle to have. And I know the guy put in a lot of work to get it running on the Dreamcast, which is pretty amazing. I mean, getting this stuff to run on the Dreamcast, I didn't even know like it was possible, but it's cool that it did it, and I'm glad I got to try it out. And it was it's a cool project. Hopefully he'll update it, maybe fix some of the emulation errors, and we can try it some more later. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. And if you like this stuff, subscribe to my channel and give the video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. Thanks for watching.